Hello Aquarius, this is a timeless reading for you. I am using my own tarot card deck. In the middle of your spread we have the card Soul, surrounded by creativity, morality, loss and wealth. And sometimes when I pull cards, before I start filming, I look at the cards, sometimes longer, sometimes I don't take a lot of time, and with your reading, I don't know. There's not immediately this feeling of what this reading is about. So I just start filming. And usually when I start to tap into it, the several layers of the reading or of the spread, they start to unfold to me. And this is one of those readings where when I pull the cards, I don't immediately understand what this is about. So I will have to take my time here. Like, I just have several feelings. Some of my readings, they have several different layers. And this is one of those readings, which is a little bit more complex. And then I get a certain feeling towards the reading, but it's complex to put this feeling into words and to properly analyze these feelings. So maybe this also is an indication that in your current state, you also feel this way. That you have a lot of feelings and you can sense a lot of things, but you cannot fully analyze them yet. And maybe it's not always what this is about in life. Maybe sometimes we just have to feel it without analyzing it. There is something about your spirituality here because we have the Soul card, and I'm getting a very positive feeling from this one. It feels very light to me. If you feel heavy at the moment, it could be that in the very near future you will start to feel some kind of ease and relief. Like you're becoming detached from your body, so don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you this is a prediction that you will die soon, not at all. It's just like, let us just look at the halos here. Oh my God, it's so obvious. I was just saying it in the beginning. Maybe it's not so important to analyze or mentalize. I think this word doesn't exist. I just made it up, but you will understand what I mean, I hope. And now it's so obvious. I'm looking at this card. Yes, when I created the Soul card, I didn't even think of that metaphor. I painted it in a heart shape. So this metaphoric heart representing our spiritual heart with wings, very easy, very smooth, easy, delightful emotions. And the halo representing, this clean mental space without any clutter or worry, like they are happy, they are carefree. And the mental space is like a holy, sacred space and not this mess that we usually walk with around during our whole life. We imagine things, we make up things, we have opinions, we have convictions, then we drop them and create new beliefs. Then sometimes we don't know what to believe, then we live in confusion, we worry, we doubt. We have so much stuff in our mental space, but in this card, like there's just a halo representing this sacred and clean, structured, free, holy space. And the whole body has become a heart. Like there's no other body part. It's just a heart with wings and a clear mental space. So this feels very spiritual and very, very freeing, like not worrying about the physical existence anymore, which implies a lot of things, like worrying about having enough money to survive, paying the rent, having shelter, having food, clothing, the basic needs. not worrying about death, even though, if you're very spiritual, maybe you already tapped into death in a certain way. If I speak for myself, I can say that I'm not really afraid of death, because during my childhood I have had a lot of death experiences due to terrible things that were done to me. And death itself is, for me at least, not a huge problem. But even though being dead is not that thing that scares me personally, the way of how we die is still something that personally scares me. When I imagine being dead is okay, but the way of getting there can be very cruel. And then, sometimes you think about, would it be worse to be burned alive or to drown? Or, I'm sorry, I'm bringing up these heavy things here, but I mean, every thinking person that can think beyond, I don't know, sex, money, and food will now and then think about such things. Or, just imagining someone would push you in front of a train. This is a horrible way to die, but rather maybe die at peace from old age, maybe with some painkillers, that will take away some physical pain, so you can just fall asleep. Or some people, they die in their sleep. They just have a slide when they're old. I don't know the English expression for this. There's, it's something like, it's not a heart attack or a stroke or something. It's something smaller that happens very quickly. And these people, they don't even notice that this is happening, so they don't have brutal physical pain when they die. They just die in their sleep, and their heart just stops beating. And sometimes they even die with a smile on their face. So I would rather die this way than, in a completely brutal way, like someone, doing something terrible to me, or being run over by a train. This is so horrible to imagine. So I think you know what I'm aiming at. So, but even this one, if there's a fear about the death or the way of how we go towards death, of dying, the process of dying, if some of you have worried about that recently a lot, I feel like this is all, it just feels so fearless to me. And again, I'm sorry I went into that topic so deeply. Usually when people click on tarot readings, they don't want to hear about that stuff. I have the feeling it's something entirely superficial. They just want to hear that their toxic partner is calling them soon and they will win the lottery. I'm not into this stuff, so yeah, I go into every part with my mind that are a part of life, and these things are also a part of life. These things happen. And so sometimes this is coming up in readings as well. But yeah, this is so positive, this reading. And the soul card just feels so freeing to me. So it is this huge spiritual realization that will bring so much relief, and it will pull you away mentally and emotionally from so many fears and worries. It's like you don't even believe in your body anymore. Like your body is one aspect of your existence, but usually we go through life thinking our body is the most important aspect of our existence, but you will realize that it is not, and you will not realize it because you tell that to yourself mentally because you read some weird spiritual books or something like that. No, it's a profound inner realization, a deep feeling, not just some belief system that some neo-spiritual idiots have put into your head. It's a living experience. In the unconscious position, we have the creativity card, so this is something that you're not aware of yet. And I feel like being in this state will spark something within you that I'm not supposed to tap into it too deeply right now. It's like a surprise. It's a positive side effect of this newfound spiritual freedom here. Like it will make you feel very creative, and it doesn't have to mean like artistically creative. I mean, if you are interested in painting or music or writing or whatever, there are so many arts, then of course it's obvious. We always think of creativity as something artistic, but you can also invent new recipes, or I don't know, you can be a very creative scientist and invent something new. There are so many more ways to be creative which have nothing to do with aesthetics or art. You can be creative in a very practical way as well. But this is something that will automatically come when you reach this state. Like the release of all these fears will declutter you so immensely that you will have this space for creation. You know, sometimes when we are worried about our financial situation a lot, or if we feel threatened, like that someone would break into our house, or, you know, maybe you have, you know, some people, they have someone who is trying to take revenge on them, or, you know, something that you're just worried about. You're worried about your life or someone else's life. If you have children, and, you know, you're afraid something will happen to them. This is blocking us, and then often we don't feel very creative. In the conscious position, we have the loss card, and it's just obvious because I don't have a fear card in my deck. So I would say that loss represents in your reading some kind of fear that I was speaking of all the time already, like a fear of death, your own death or someone else's death, or a fear of losing money, losing your home, like just these really basic existential fears surrounding your body, your physical aspects of life. Everything you need to protect your body. Or like he lost his ice cream, maybe this is a metaphor for, you know, the fear of not having enough food. As simple as that. If you're going through any financial restrictions, and I feel like for many of you it could literally be about finances, because we have the wealth card here. And you know, my duality card deck, it has 108 cards, and I think, when did I start these tarot readings here? In January, I think. I'm not even sure anymore, January or February. I started to post these readings here on my channel, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think in those 5 or 4 months, I never ever pulled the wealth card. I also have an abundance card. I sometimes pull that card. I also have a poverty card. I pull this card also. I think I never pulled this card. So, you know, and the abundance card is not necessarily about money or material stuff. But the wealth card is obviously about that, and you have that. So if I'm right, then you might be the first sign for whom I ever pulled this card. So probably this reading is meant for those who are at this time when they find the reading going through a lot of financial worries. And I feel like, no, wait, let me go into this one later. Let us just take a look at the morality card now. This is what you need to understand, what you will understand soon. The morality card, I feel like it's... Sorry. Obviously, something has been taken from you emotionally, heart being ripped out, and you being shamed for it. There's something about guilt. I mean, morality and guilt are very close. They are actually the same energy. Morality is made for those people who don't have a heart. Because people who have a heart and who are like this, they don't need morality because they will naturally behave well towards others. They don't need any moral standards because they are good. Bad people need morality to control themselves. And those who pretend to be very moralistic, are the ones who actually rip out other people's hearts. This is something that you will realize or have to. This realization will bring you into this state. And it will not only give you your heart back, it will make you become a whole heart with a free mental space, with a lot of space for creativity. And this is for some of you a childhood trauma. Could be in your family or in your the circle where you grew up. It could be a religious thing that happened to you as a child. Could be several things, but the focus is not only on a childhood trauma here. It is still something that is present for you as an adult. Could still be a current cycle that you're circle that you're in. People you're surrounded by, just a societal thing. Even spirituality, the modern kind of spirituality, has become very moralistic. It is like a religion. It is even worse than some religions, I think. There's something you might learn about that. And I want to connect the wealth card and the creativity card as well here. So this is what I was feeling here too. When you reach this state of not being afraid of the loss and not being afraid of fear itself anymore, there is something you will understand about money and wealth, not just having a basic kind of money, like what you need to survive, having enough to survive, but having more than you need, because this is wealth. It is luxury. This is an energy that might come in for you when you are in this state of, freedom. And you will not even try to get this wealth. It will just come. But as I said, this is not necessarily my reading style, so I don't want to go into it too deeply and say like, oh, you will win the lottery and become a millionaire. I'm not saying this will not happen and it is not possible that this happens. It is. But I don't want my readings to only focus on these things. But there is a financial relief that will come in. And it will come in smoothly. without any manifestation and all this stuff. It is just, and it's not hard work. Maybe it even comes from something that you have put a lot of work into, not necessarily hard work. Maybe you enjoyed doing something. And this is where the creativity comes in. As an example, maybe you once wrote a book like 10 years ago, and everyone rejected it. No one wanted to publish it. And you tried for 5 years, and then you just realized, okay, no one wants it. Maybe it's not good, or maybe it is good, but it's not not what's in at the moment. So it's not in style. I don't know. You just dropped it, or I don't know. Maybe you, like 15 years ago, you started to invent something. If you're, I don't know, in your garage. If you like working with tools, and I don't know the English expression. It just, some people are, men especially, they like working with machines, and which I can't understand at all. I hate it. I think some women maybe also like this kind of stuff. I would never open a toaster or a computer. When I start looking at these technical things, it just makes me feel weird. I don't get it. But some people are like super into all these little details, and then you start to discover something, understand something deeper about it, and invent something. And maybe then you got stuck with your invention and you dropped it years ago. Those are just examples. There are so many different things. Or maybe you started a painting once, and you just, maybe then your life changed and you didn't have the nerve to continue this project. And when you don't even expect it anymore, suddenly you will reap what you started to sow once. Maybe even a long time ago, 81 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. It will just be there. It's not hard work. This wealth card, it feels so smooth. It doesn't come by heavy desires for money, or feeling the need for money, or having the fear of not having enough money, or manifesting money. Nothing like that. It feels just like a very natural consequence. And I feel like it is, as I said, that creativity card is in the unconscious position. And I feel like it's some kind of surprise. So you will not even be able to manifest something, because it has nothing to do with your mental state and with the law of attraction and manifestation. No. You will not even consciously, with your intellect, think of it. It could come out of the most hidden corner where your mind wasn't even possible to go into. It will be a gift from your own spirit to your physical self. That's how it feels. Oh my God. We have, summer here. Okay, it will soon be June, so it's summer. This could be an indication that something is coming in very fast, that this will happen this summer. But also the summer card, many other signs had it. It's just warmth, it's bright, it's vacation, it is smooth, it is easy. We have fire, it's getting even warmer. I don't know, I hope you hate, I hope you like heat. No, I don't hope you hate heat. I hope you like it. Some people hate it, especially in Germany here. I don't know, so many people hate heat when it's like 30 degrees. I don't know where you live and what temperature measurement you have. So here with 30 degrees, I think people think it's too hot, and then they start to talk about, the global warming is coming here, and I'm like, no, each summer, since I was a child, since I was born here in Germany, each summer it is 30 degrees. now and then at least. And I love it. I like heat so much, but German people usually hate it. If there was ever any opportunity for me to leave and to go to a much warmer country where it's warm the whole year, I would immediately go there. I'm not sure how to make it possible at the moment. So maybe there's something here in for you with just a literal physical temperature. If you hate cold as well, maybe if you have this kind of wealth and this new creative way of, gaining this wealth, then maybe there's also something here for you about a vacation. Maybe you will be able to afford a specific vacation, or even move to a country where you will feel like, even when you work and when you are in your day-to-day life, that you will still feel like you're on a vacation every day. Oh my God, that would be so perfect. And the fire card even enhances everything. The fire card is not only about temperature. I feel like there is something very fierce right now coming from the card, like something will be burned away brutally. And it will have an advantage for you. Like you could even be the force that is burning something away without any hesitation or remorse. Then we have open and new. Yeah, I feel like it's just, it could be something romantic here, but I feel like it's that the focus is not on that. We have another heart here. The importance here is like there's some kind of openness between you, between the physical and the spiritual you. And the new is like, yes, there's a new life cycle coming in. There are new external circumstances coming in. There is probably new money coming in. But yeah, I feel like I want to take it very literally, this card here. Like maybe you have even worn your clothes for a very long time. Like maybe I say, if you were financially quite tight, and you had to, make sure you have enough to eat. If you have children, that your children have enough to eat. And there wasn't a lot left for buying new jeans and pullovers. Maybe, this will be the first thing that you might check out, take care of, if there's new money coming in before you get a new car or go on this vacation or whatever this is. The first thing might be that you will, replace some things from your old wardrobe. I'm feeling that very strongly from this card. Okay, Aquarius, that was a long reading. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.